Yo, 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 what is up for another episode of Flip Your 20 Friday? Is it Yes, it's still the pandemic edition. All right, before we get started, you know what to do. It's YouTube. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Let's help other people be the best version of themselves and continuously learn and grow and evolve because that's what life is about. So today's topic is based on a question I was asked recently from somebody, and they said, "What's one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made?" And that's a tough question because there's like a lot of big mistakes I've made. The older you get. So the one that when I get asked that question, the one that really comes to mind pretty quickly really ends up being also the biggest lesson learned. So, biggest mistake equals biggest lesson learned. So, for me, it was I was in grad school. I went to grad school in Michigan, and I was an athletic trainer working with the athletes, taping their ankles, rehabbing them, treating them, running out in the field when they get injured. And I was headed to, it was a preseason practice, and I didn't want to be late. Couple reasons. One, I'm very particular about being on time. Like, I'm like never late. Sometimes that's great, sometimes it's not, but I just feel like I'm going to show up and be on time. It's my thing. So I wanted to obviously be on time, and I was new working with this school. And the football coach happened to be a pretty tough guy. So obviously, I was, what was I? 22, I think, at the time. And obviously didn't want to make him mad, want to do the right thing. But my car broke down. And it was a new car, and it just literally, I'm on the highway, and it literally just shut down. Everything shut down. I'm trying to like crank the wheel to get to the side, to get to the shoulder, and can't turn it back on, nothing. Now, I think I had a cell phone at the time, like for safety purposes. This is going back to, this was 1996, so I don't remember what the cell phone game was, but I was always late to getting cell phones and technology anyway. Anywho, so I am now stranded on the side of the road. I don't know who to call. I'm new to this city. I have no idea what the school's phone number is, and I'm going to be late. And in that moment, the panic of being late, literally that's all I could focus on. I'm going to be late, I don't do late, I'm going to get in trouble, blah, 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 blah. He's going to think I'm not responsible. And I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, okay, how far is the exit? Like, I think maybe it was a couple miles, so okay, I can walk there. And this was, again, I would have to probably, I think, like use a payphone, because I think payphones were definitely still a thing then. Anyway, I'm just panicked because I'm going to be late, so I'm not even thinking rationally. And then all of a sudden, this small red pickup truck, I can see it. It was a small little red pickup truck, pulls over in front of me on the shoulder. And these two guys get out, and they're like, "Do you need some help?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "My car's broken down. I got to get to work. But I just really need to get to the exit because I need to make a phone call." Yeah, so it must have been payphone. So I said, "I need to get to the exit to make a phone call, so I can let, where I'm going, my work, know that I'm going to be late." And they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll take you." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thanks so much." So all of a sudden, the driver gets in the driver's seat, shuts the door. I sit next to him. The other guy gets in next to me, shuts the door, and all of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Michigan somewhere. I don't even barely know people yet. You meet a couple friends, we don't really know each other. Literally, when their doors shut, the fear that came over me, like I'm about to go get probably sexually assaulted and murdered. That's literally how this is going to end. I can't believe I am so dumb right now that I got into a pickup truck with two strange men in a city and a state that I'm new to, like, I think I'm a pretty street smart person, even back then. And I was like, I mean, I can like hear the door shutting, and then this fear, but also like this paralysis came over me. Like, I didn't like almost know what to do. Now, my head's already going like, okay, if they pass the exit, I'm going to fight, crawl, like scratch, bite, turn the wheel, get into a crash so I don't get murdered. Because one thing I learned from Oprah back in the day is you never get taken to the second location. You do whatever you can. If you ever get abducted, you never get taken to the second location, because that's not going to end well. And that's all I'm like thinking of. Fortunately, they got off the exit, dropped me off. They were very kind men. But the lesson learned from that big mistake of getting into a car with two strange men in a new city and state was, the lesson learned was to trust your gut. Because, you know, in the moment, I was so worried about being late that I wasn't thinking like, I shouldn't get into the truck with these guys. But the moment those doors shut, I just, besides the fear, my gut instinct was, you need to get out of here. You need to get out of here now. But then I'm also thinking, well, I don't know. I mean, because what if they're not, and then what am I going to do? Like, lie and get out of the car? I mean, all these then, like, you got to be a good girl. Like, don't even get me started on that whole nonsense about girls always got to be nice, especially if someone's not treating you properly or you feel uncomfortable around someone. Whole other thing that I could go off on, but I won't for today. But that gut instinct of, I need to get myself safe, but I didn't, almost was like, well, what? It's really even just hard to explain in that moment of the fear, the paralysis, and I could just say, oh guys, you know what, I'm going to walk instead. But that's like, well, they're being not, it's gross to even think of. So lesson learned, but I'm trying to give you some insight into what was going on in my head to why I didn't just get out of the car or the truck. But point being, biggest mistake, getting in a car with two strange men. Biggest lesson, always trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, and you'll know it because it will just, and it's literally like in your abdominal area, in your gut, it's your survival instinct saying, get out, get away, get safe. And you would do whatever you need to do. Now, I wouldn't put myself in that situation now on purpose. If I ever happen to get like kidnapped or like abducted, I should say, because I'm not a kid, immediately, I mean, all the rage I have had for years, and all the anger, I would summon it and just do everything to keep myself safe. So for you, this works in any context as well. It doesn't have to be some scary situation like that, but you can trust your gut. I know a lot of girls and women can relate to, if you're walking down the street and there's a guy somewhere and it just doesn't feel right, your gut tells you. That means you go to their side of the street, you call someone, so I make eye contact so they know I see them, right? But there's something that just tells you something's not right. It could be if you're in a relationship with someone, and this is at any age, specifically for the younger viewers, you're at a party, whether it's drinking, not drinking, and you go up into a room with someone and maybe you're making out, and then it starts to go further, but you don't want it to. Your gut tells you like, oh, this isn't right, I don't want to do this. You stop, you say something, you get out, you have the right to do that. Your gut instinct is a survival mechanism. This is literally in any situation. I'm giving you serious ones. I wasn't even planning on talking about like if you're at a party, but that's a really important piece because I know I have a lot of high school and college age people watching this. And I can't remember a time personally that my gut instinct ever steered me in the wrong direction. I can't remember that. It has always been right. It's our job to be in tune with that and to listen to that. So I hope this helps you because I'm sure at some point in your life, you've already had it, I'm sure, but definitely in the future. Again, any context, doesn't have to be something super serious, but just something doesn't feel right. You get out of the situation. Always, always trust your gut. Always trust your gut. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope this helps you. I hope it will help you certainly in the future. Please share this. Please subscribe. Please like. And I will see you in a couple of days for the next Monday with Molly. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Flip your 20. Peace.